what it will be like when I walk by your side. I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine.
Do you believe in life after death? One man says he has scientific proof it is true.
I can only imagine.
Jeffrey Long, a radiation oncologist from Louisiana, has written a book with his findings. He calls it Evidence of the Afterlife. Mary Jo Rapini says that she had a near-death experience that profoundly changed her story.
What my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine.
Featured in the doctor's. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Doctor, if I can start with you. You collected more than 1,000 stories of near-death experiences from people all around the world, and you say the consistencies in those stories help prove scientifically that there is an afterlife. So based on your data,
I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine.
To tell your parents that you were above them while you were being operated on, and where did you see them?
Well, I saw my dad in a little room talking to God, and then I saw my mom in another room talking on the phone and talking to one of her friends.
And Todd, there was no way he would have known about that, right?
No, while those events were happening, he was in surgery under anesthesia, and when he starts describing where we were at and what we were doing, I was stunned. I was like, how does he know that? That's where our story began.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
I also started to tell you about Pop, who was your grandfather. Was your grandfather his grandfather? Anyway, he had been deceased for 30 years?
Yeah, it was my grandfather, Colton's great-grandfather, and I was really close to him as a child. And Pop was a special person in my life, but he was killed in a car wreck before I turned 7. He can recognize pictures of Pop as a young man, talks about the time I spent with him as a child. It's incredible.
You also, Colton, say...
I can only imagine. Only imagine.
A lot of us, including my ear, that part of it. Todd, real quickly, I want to get what happened about a miscarried child that you and your wife had and what Colton told you.
Warring of you be still, will I stand in your presence? To my knees will I fall, will I sing hallelujah?
Just like any typical day, and he's 4 at the time, he kind of comes bouncing in the room, and he just goes up to his mom and says, "Mom, I have 2 sisters." And it took us a while to, what are you talking about? And he just looks at his mom and says, "Mom, you had a baby die in your tummy, didn't you?" And just time stopped. And she's like, "Who told you that?" And Colton's like, "Well, she did. She told me she did."
Will I dance for you, Jesus? Holding on you be still. Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees or will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
You really get the desire of your heart. And so when you're welcomed to heaven, when you get up there, you're taken to the throne room of God. And those people will part just like the Red Sea. They will part. 100, there could be 500,000 people in there. And sometimes there are. They're all dancing and worshiping and celebrating. It is not like what most people have probably told you. You don't walk around like a monk in a monastery where nothing is said and is quiet and silent. Sometimes there is absolute silence in the throne room. That's where nobody can move.
Wonder will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in all of you be still?
Events in the
Will I
all the time,
stand
special
in
big
your
events that the Father throws, especially if it's your first time there. You'll have a welcome home party in the throne room. You'll have one at your mansion. You get dressed, you get picked up in these chariots, and you get dressed and bejeweled and taken to the throne room where everyone who you ever wanted to meet is there. Like Abraham, Elijah, King David, Queen Esther, whoever it is, any of the great people of our time that did mighty things for God, they're all there to welcome you. And you have their captive attention. Whatever you ever wanted to ask them, you get to do that. You're honored at that place. Jesus throws that party.
Ever worship you, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, wonder will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in all of you be still? Will I stand?
The thing that stands out to me the most, besides the Father and the Son on their throne, is high and lifted up. And actually there are steps going up all four sides of the throne. And it's not at the back of the throne room, it's in the middle of the throne room. So no matter where you are, you can encircle that throne. You don't have to try to crowd in and be way in the back. You can get as close as you want. Isn't that amazing? Anytime you want to, you can go up there and see the Father. He'll always welcome you. There's no time ever that you refuse to come in there. He loves you and wants you.
Still will I stand in your presence, or to my knees or will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I can only imagine when all I would do is forever, forever worship you. I can only imagine.